Naruto is like his father in so many ways, from the basic general look to the desire to protect the village. Minato was a prodigy and Naruto sadly was a little behind, but personally I believe that this was the effect of having nobody to teach him. Regardless, Naruto eventually caught up once he was helped and shown the way by his friends. Thus is the weakness and strength of the Asura spirit. Without friends, he's nothing. With friends, he can surpass all who came before. In many respects, Naruto shares a lot in common with his parents, but he does things his own way. But part of me would love to see a world where Naruto had more in common with his father besides just appearance. What if Naruto was taught the Flying Raijin Jutsu?
Welcome to the Amagi! Before we begin, we publish a new video every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Also, we just released some brand new merch. If you'd like to show your support for the channel even further while at the same time repping stylish clothing, be sure to check that out as well. The store is linked below. YouTube's been unsubscribing users from channels lately, so if you're a fan of us, please do us a favor and double check to see if you're still subscribed. It only takes a second and it helps us a ton here at Amagi. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video.
The Flying Raijin Jutsu was created by Tobirama in the time around the end of the Warring States period and the First Shinobi World War. While this technique is generally attributed to Minato Namikaze due to his substantial use of it, this technique is a Tobirama original, much like Naruto's multi-shadow clone jutsu is. If you're gonna steal from anyone, you might as well steal from the best. Tobirama was an ingenuitive shinobi to the point that he and his discoveries in both the field of ninjutsu and science have him regarded in as much esteem as his older brother. He's the favorite Hokage of many scholars and scientists, among which is Orochimaru, who pinned him as an inspiration and a man for whom he had much respect. This is evident in the fact that Orochimaru's use of the Impure World Reincarnation Jutsu was a direct rip from Tobirama, who created the jutsu personally and then sealed it up in the Scroll of Seals due to the immoral nature of it, which, while he did use it indeed, even he knew he was crossing borders due to the sacrificial nature of the technique, as well as the desecration of the spirits of the dead. I 100% agree with him on that matter, even though I bet he wouldn't have died if he had revived Hashirama this way, but then again, it messes with natural order and all that jazz, so I can see why he wouldn't use it. The Flying Raijin technique was created as a form of remote summoning jutsu, in which the user would mark something with a special sealing formula personalized by the user, which would be indicative of the user themselves. Tobirama was all business, and so his sealing formula was very simplistic, consisting of only a basic design not too dissimilar from other sealing formulas. Minato's, however, were symbols that held meaning to him. He used 4 kanji, which consisted of the characters for endurance, love, the word of, and sword, coming to a phrase such as endurance and the love of the sword. This indicates Minato as a person and a warrior, and gives keys to surviving on the battlefield. He used it quite often in the war, and this is what gave him his classic moniker, Yellow Flash of the Leaf. With this technique, he devastated an entire detachment of Iwanin during the Third Shinobi World War, which is credited as one of the reasons why he's feared all throughout Iwa. He also used it to defeat both A, who would later go on to become Raikage, and his brother B, who was the 8-Tails Jinchuriki and the bearer of the second strongest tailed beast besides Kurama. For all of these feats of strength and speed, Minato was hailed as a legend, and was eventually awarded the role of 4th Hokage after the resignation of Hiruzen at the war's end. Originally, the plan was for the role to go to one of Hiruzen's students, but Orochimaru had proven too unstable, Tsunade was out of the village, and Jiraiya just flat out declined it due to it not being his scene. It came down to a choice between Minato Namikaze and Fugaku Uchiha, the latter of which was pushed by the Uchiha in hopes of getting fair representation in the village, and the chance to be recognized as the elite clan that they were, and one of the 2 most important founding members of the village. This eventually would be one excuse and another load of straw on the back of the Uchiha camel that would further distance relations between the village and the clan. The very last time it was used by Minato before his death was when he used it to teleport Kurama from the village's center to a location beyond the mountains, where Naruto and Kushina remained. It was then that he would use the Reaper Death Seal to place the beast inside of his newborn infant son, Naruto. Minato and Kushina would then die from their wounds. Naruto would grow and learn, hoping to end his abuse from the village by becoming the next Hokage, a goal he works towards all his life. To that end, he joins the Ninja Academy to grow stronger, but sadly Naruto isn't as skilled as he had hoped, being under par due to his inability to make even a single accurate and functional shadow clone. After failing 3 times, he watches all of his friends graduate. Forlorn and without recourse, he takes the advice of Mizuki to steal the Scroll of Seals and use it to study, unaware that Mizuki actually plans to kill him and take it for himself. Naruto looks through the scroll for the perfect jutsu to master. Now, I'm going to use this as a springboard for the what if. I know that Flying Raijin has never been identified as a forbidden jutsu, but I think it's only fair since multi-shadow clone is considered a forbidden technique and is literally elementary to being a shinobi. You can't become a ninja unless you make a shadow clone, and multi-shadow clone jutsu is seriously just doing the same shadow clone jutsu more than once. Something that is shown multiple times in the series to be accomplished by anyone, including Kakashi, who used that specific jutsu to pass his own test. So I'ma just say he learns Flying Raijin from the scroll instead. So Naruto runs from Mizuki on the orders of Iruka-sensei. Naruto hopes to get revenge on Mizuki and plans to defeat him, but how can he? He's merely a single child, not even a genin yet. How can he beat an experienced chunin who is considered as strong or stronger than Iruka? Well, Naruto would need to use his brains and whatever techniques and tools he had. Right now, that was the Flying Raijin technique. So what's a Naruto to do? He starts tagging everything. Every tree he passes by, he tags it. Every rock he bounces off, he tags with his own special seal, consisting of only the kana for datebayo. Naruto would tag everything he can with this phrase, moving in erratic patterns and sometimes even circles. Mizuki doesn't understand the pattern or thought process and begins to believe that Naruto is merely panicking and unsure where to go next, so he doubles down on his chase, throwing his shuriken at the boy in hopes of ending the chase now. Suddenly he sees Naruto's head snap back to look at him, and Mizuki is surprised to see not fear in his eyes, but determination. Before the shuriken can strike him, Naruto puffs out of existence with a blast of lightning, appearing by another tree where he jumps forward to punch Mizuki. Mizuki is struck by this, unsure what jutsu the boy is using or how he learned it. He then realizes that Naruto must have picked it up from the Scroll of Seals. Naruto continues to teleport time after time with such quick speed that he's almost appearing to be in multiple places at once, the after images each striking Mizuki, leaving him unable to tell which is real and properly defend himself. After this, Mizuki hits the ground, defeated. Naruto is pardoned for this, and due to the relationship he has with Iruka, Iruka helps Naruto master the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and Naruto would pass, eventually being assigned to Team 7 under Kakashi. Together, he, Sasuke, and Sakura would perform the bell test as usual, with Naruto planning to use his Flying Raijin to take the bells. Issue for Naruto is that Kakashi, as their new Jonin, is briefed on all abilities the Genin have displayed, and he knows that Naruto is a one-trick pony. This is an important ability, one used by the 4th Hokage during his tenure as Kakashi's mentor. Due to this, Kakashi knows what to look for. He ends up having to use his Sharingan quite a bit in this battle to scan for steel marks, but it's all worth it as he can both avoid Naruto's traps and lull Naruto into a false sense of security as he pretends to pass through his traps only to catch Naruto off guard. In the end, Naruto fails to ever tag Kakashi and simply gives up, planning to eat the lunch all by himself. Kakashi chastises him for this and offers his team one last chance to catch him. However, the stipulation is that Naruto can't eat anything. If they feed him, it's an automatic failure. Sasuke and Sakura go against this order for the sake of their friend. This causes Kakashi to pass them, as it's proved that they were willing to put their team above their orders, showing Kakashi that his team was everything he was looking for. From here, they begin doing their missions, but Naruto finds the jobs delegated to the Genin to be underwhelming. So when he gets the chance to take a mission out of the village, escorting a bridge worker back to his home, he jumps at the chance. For the most part, the beginning of this goes the same, as Naruto and friends are caught off guard by the Demon Bros, with the pair being defeated as Naruto cowers in fear, something he swears will never happen again. As they continue on their mission though, they're soon stopped by Zabuza, who despite being outmatched by Kakashi and his Sharingan, manages to still catch Kakashi off guard and put him in a water prison. Together, Naruto and Sasuke come up with a new plan that involves the transformation jutsu and a Demon Wind Shuriken. The plan is for there to be 3 feints. The first feint is the bait, in which the Demon Wind Shuriken is thrown in the shadow of the Demon Wind Shuriken. The second feint is when the second shuriken is revealed, and the third feint is when Naruto would appear behind Zabuza and throw a tagged shuriken at him, which would likely be dodged. If that happened, Naruto would teleport to the shuriken and strike Zabuza. That was their plan at least, and they believed it airtight. It may have been more airtight than they realized, as Zabuza was caught off guard by the second feint and could not properly defend himself without letting go of the water prison, which results in his defeat and escape with the help of Haku. Time continues to pass, and Naruto and the rest of Team 7 proceed to do what they normally would, venturing to Tezuna's house and doing a whole heck of a lot of training, to which Naruto would end up oversleeping for the mission. A blessing in disguise, as he's there to save Tsunami and Inari from death or capture at the hand of Gato's men. He would show up and find Sasuke already in the demonic mirroring ice crystals technique, and would jump in without second thought due to his daft nature. As they fight though, it becomes painfully obvious that he had just jumped into a trap, one they can't escape from. So Naruto marks another shuriken and makes it look like he's attempting to break the dome with it, but instead throws it through one of the cracks, landing outside the dome. As Haku prepares for another attack, Naruto would grab Sasuke's shoulder and activate the jutsu, teleporting the both of them outside the dome, which forces Haku to take them more seriously. The battle continues for a time on more even ground, with Sasuke relying on Naruto and his technique a lot more to keep Haku off kilter. They manage to outlast Kakashi and Zabuza, the latter of which is defeated, with his survival being owed only to Haku's self-sacrifice, something Zabuza takes advantage of despite his weakened state. However, he still passes away in heroic fashion after Gato's men abuse Haku's body, with Zabuza opting to go out in a blaze of glory, killing every member of Gato's posse by himself before passing away. It's this mission that truly sets the tone to Team 7 in learning what it is that the shinobi world is all about, something that it's better for them to learn now instead of later. The next arc of the series would begin with Team 7 having returned to the village and learning of the Chunin exams, where they first meet Gaara and the other Sand siblings, defending Konohamaru and his little gang from them. Kakashi would inform them that they will be taking part in the Chunin exams like everyone else, and Team 7 sign up with elation. The first test is written, which Naruto absolutely sucks at, but he manages to pass by mere gutsiness alone. The second test is more up his alley. Team 7 hold their scroll, and Naruto would brand it personally as soon as he got the chance. Eventually though, they're attacked by Shiore of the Hidden Grass, who swallows Naruto up with her snake. She then faces off against Sasuke and Sakura, both of whom are frozen in place by fear. Sasuke manages to overcome his fear by stabbing himself in the leg. A move so bold, even Shiore, later revealed to be Orochimaru in disguise, can admire. Orochimaru swallows his scroll, stating that only one of them will leave the forest alive, and that if they want his scroll, they'll need to kill him for it. Eventually, the only recourse seems to be giving up the scroll Team 7 has to survive, something Sasuke does without hesitation. Normally, it would be now that Naruto would try to stop Sasuke, but Naruto doesn't this time. Orochimaru swallows this scroll too, and keeps to his word of letting everyone live. However, prior to leaving, he brands Sasuke with the Cursed Seal of Heaven. Sasuke passes out and leaves the team weakened. Naruto helps Sakura get Sasuke to a safe place, and then uses the Flying Raijin to collect his scroll. However, it's in Orochimaru's stomach. This is rather good news for Naruto, as it means that it's right beside the other scroll that he needs to succeed. There Naruto appears, his hand stuck through Orochimaru's stomach. Orochimaru would be in disbelief, completely shocked that such a thing had happened. Naruto manages to pull both scrolls out, his hand covered in blood and bile. He cringes at it, says thanks to Orochimaru, and then teleports away, leaving Orochimaru to tend to the gaping wound in his stomach. Naruto arrives bearing both scrolls. He hides them safely and continues to watch Sasuke. Naruto looks at him and says that they can't stay still and that maybe it's best to carry him out. He picks Sasuke up and brands both he and Sakura with the Flying Raijin formula for good measure, and the three begin to flee with Sasuke to the center of the forest, managing to arrive rather quickly. They pass the test and open the scrolls to reveal Iruka-sensei. They inform him of what happened in the Forest of Death and about Sasuke's condition. Medical nin appear alongside Kakashi, who would begin working on him. Sasuke would awaken and be calmed by Kakashi. Kakashi informs him that he's going to have to drop out of the exams due to the circumstances of his curse mark, but Sasuke states that he'll complete the next round of tests without ninjutsu if he has to. Hearing the determination in Sasuke's voice, Kakashi decides to allow him to continue with the stipulation that if he uses the curse mark, he'll automatically be disqualified. Sasuke accepts, and so they begin the third and final round of the Chunin exams. The next part of the arc actually doesn't change whatsoever due to the fact that nothing super big has happened to change it. After Gaara defeats Rock Lee, he plans to kill him but is fended off by Naruto. They would then get their month off and Kakashi would seal Sasuke's curse mark. Naruto would end up training with Jiraiya for a time as well, where he'd meet Kurama for the first time, and learn to channel his energy into his version 1 chakra cloak. Due to Orochimaru's wounds and near-death experience at the hands of Naruto, Orochimaru had to switch bodies early and is in no condition to fight, meaning the Konoha Crush arc wouldn't happen. Instead, Naruto would beat Neji, Temari would beat Shikamaru, and Shino would beat Kankuro. Now, Gaara would also be beaten by Sasuke, and due to his unstable mental state, Temari and Kankuro would step in and take him away to keep him from losing his mind. This means that Temari's fight with Shino doesn't happen due to Temari's exit. She forfeits the fight and Shino moves on to the finals. Naruto and Sasuke would be primed to fight. Naruto, after having fought against Neji, wasn't quite as scared of the Sharingan due to the fact that the Sharingan's all-around abilities make it a jack of all trades, but a master of none. When it comes down to it, Sasuke's greatest ability he's displayed since its month off from training is a raw increase to strength and technique via taijutsu and his Chidori move, which is also a physical move that includes great speed. However, Naruto has the advantage here, as he has also worked to learn a little taijutsu, having ripped off Sasuke's lion combo, which itself was a ripoff of Rock Lee's reverse lotus. Beyond this, Naruto has in the past marked Sasuke with his Flying Raijin, which gives Naruto the element of surprise. Naruto would, through this method, be able to take Sasuke down. Sasuke believes it was a dirty trick and that his mark was placed on him before the battle even began. The judge determines that all it would take for Naruto to have done the same would be to touch Sasuke in battle, and given Sasuke's reliance on taijutsu through the battle, it seems highly likely that he could have been touched regardless, so they give Naruto the win, though Sasuke feels as if he's been cheated. Naruto moves on to the finals where he's to fight Shino Aburame. Now, Shino is smart, and his usage of bugs is unique. One thing Shino could always do is attempt to poison Naruto with his bug's bites. However, I don't see Naruto succumbing to that. I feel as though if he were in his version 1 cloak, that his regenerative powers would be far more than the poison could overcome. This means that Naruto has the advantage in this battle, and because of that, I'm going to award him the victory. This means that Naruto is named champion of the exhibitions. However, Sasuke demands that Naruto remove the mark from his body and face him again, challenging him for the title of champion in front of the whole leaf. Naruto believes that it would only be right to give Sasuke the chance he deserves, so he removes the Flying Raijin mark from Sasuke's body and they set up for one final fight. Now for this fight, I'm actually giving Sasuke the advantage for a few reasons. Down to brass tacks, Sasuke in a 1v1 in an enclosed space would likely be able to outsmart Naruto. To this end, he stands at a distance and uses long-range jutsu and hit-and-run tactics to deal damage to Naruto without giving Naruto the chance to retaliate. In the end, Sasuke beats Naruto, reclaiming his honor. Everyone on Team 7 is awarded the rank of Chunin for the feats of strength and ingenuity they displayed. And despite having been beaten, Naruto offers Sasuke congratulations, which Sasuke takes, dropping all hard feelings from the previous fight. Due to the Chunin exams not being interrupted by the Konoha Crush, a lot happens. Team 7 completes the exams and become Chunin. The Konoha Crush never happens and Hiruzen never dies. This sadly results in the permanent end to Rock Lee's shinobi career and Gaara never being redeemed from his dark path. Tsunade never becomes Hokage. The next thing to occur is the Sound 4 attempting to retrieve Sasuke and coerce him into joining Orochimaru. However, Sasuke's self-esteem isn't in tatters due to him managing to beat Naruto, and while the Sound 4 beat Sasuke to a pulp, he doesn't choose to join them, as he believes in the growth method he's displaying here. He believes that ultimately the best path he can take to defeating Itachi can be found in Konoha, where Itachi got his start, and here with his team where he can grow through rivalry. From this point on, Team 7 participates in various missions, and in his off time, Naruto studies with Jiraiya, who teaches him how to properly handle his tailed beast and how to perform the Rasengan. Years pass, and the team has been growing stronger, with Sakura deciding not to get left behind. She begins to search for ways to become productive and strong, to which she takes up training with Rock Lee and Might Guy, managing to master opening the 8 gates. Word eventually reaches them that Gaara has been kidnapped by a mysterious group known as the Akatsuki. Team 7 is sent with Might Guy. They encounter Itachi and Kisame, who Naruto and Sasuke make quick work of, with Sasuke noting that this Itachi was nothing more than a clone. They would then make it to the Akatsuki's hideout, but it would be too late for Gaara. They manage to stop and kill both Deidara and Sasori, and with the help of Chiyo, restore Gaara's life. But this marks the threat of the Akatsuki, and so they return to Konoha to report to Hiruzen, who then orders Jiraiya to search this out. He then commands for the Akatsuki to be hunted down and defeated. To that end, Sasuke and Naruto join the hunt and encounter Hidan and Kakazu. Interrupting the battle between Hidan and Asuma Saratobi, they manage to save Asuma's life and defeat Hidan through non-lethal means, as non-lethal is the only thing that Hidan's curse magic will allow, and together they defeat Kakazu. Everything seems to be going swimmingly until word reaches that Itachi is searching for Sasuke for their final battle. Team 7 offer to go with him, but he feels that this is something that only he can do. During this time, Naruto and Team 7 follow Sasuke to the Uchiha hideout, where Kisame would allow none to enter save Sasuke. This results in a battle between Team 7 and Kisame while Sasuke fights Itachi. Sasuke is no match for Itachi, and he knows it. At first, things seem fairly even, but it becomes obvious why Itachi refused to fight Sasuke until he had awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan. Sasuke could not overcome the might of the Susanoo and in the end was defeated. However, before Sasuke could be killed, Itachi would smile and lovingly embrace his brother before falling over and dying. This leaves Sasuke confused. Meanwhile, outside, Kisame is facing Naruto and the rest of Team 7, including Kakashi. He is a formidable opponent. However, he knows that he can't keep up with this many people of the same strength, and so once he senses Itachi's death, he would flee. Tobi would meet with Sasuke and begin to explain to him what had happened. He explains Itachi's story to him, and Sasuke's own memories of Itachi's tears cause the story to ring true. Sasuke awakens his Mangekyo Sharingan and is filled with anger. Sasuke would return to Team 7, his expression full of hatred and wrath. Naruto would ask what happened, and Sasuke would demand to speak with the Hokage. They would return to the Leaf, where Sasuke would meet with Hiruzen and ask him about Itachi. Hiruzen would lean back in his chair. "I suppose it was only a matter of time before our sins caught up with us," he whispers. Sasuke demands to know the truth. Hiruzen tells Sasuke that what he heard was the truth. Sasuke is so angry at this point that his Mangekyo automatically activates. "Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you now," he says to the elderly Hokage. Hiruzen would speak. "I have no reason. You would be justified." From there, he begins to recount the tragic tale of Itachi, starting with a young Anbu member who loved his village and his people more than life itself. He tells Sasuke of the coup that was planned, and furthermore about the death of Shisui due to the interference of Danzo Shimura. He would tell Sasuke how by the time he had known about what Danzo was doing, it was too late. He further reassures Sasuke that he's not passing blame. As Hokage, he is required to take responsibility for his actions. He tells Sasuke that it was never his intention to allow Itachi's life to be ruined, and states that it spiraled so fast that he couldn't get a grip on the situation. He failed Itachi, he failed the Uchiha, and he failed the Leaf as a whole. Once the situation was over and done with, Itachi knew that he could never return to Konoha, but wanted to continue serving the village despite what it forced him to do. Hiruzen gave him orders to watch a fledgling terrorist group known as the Akatsuki. He informed Sasuke that it was Itachi's intelligence that had allowed them to discover the location of Gaara and to defeat Hidan and Kakuzu. Sasuke, consumed with rage, states that if Hiruzen is looking for forgiveness, then he is fresh out. When Hiruzen asks what Sasuke will do, Sasuke states that everyone involved with Itachi's death and the Uchiha downfall would be executed. Hiruzen asks what Sasuke will do about the village. Sasuke states that he will spare the village, but the elders will all pay for their crimes. Hiruzen seems to nod his head. "I suppose we had it coming. Our time is over. It's time for us to pass it to the next generation, just as Hashirama and Tobirama once passed it down to us." And with that, Hiruzen is consumed in the black flames of Amaterasu. He doesn't scream or panic or writhe in pain, he merely sits in his chair and overlooks all of Konoha as he turns to ash. This was duty. This was justice. And not always did those two line up, and he was now seeing that. The Uchiha curse, a curse brought on not because of their acceptance of the Uchiha clan into the village, but because they didn't accept them. Because their love was taken from them. The Uchiha were not a hateful group. On the contrary, they were a clan whose hearts were full of the purest, most affectionate love. A heart open and so fragile as their immense strength was built around covering this glass heart in a shell in hopes of protecting it. They had opened that shell to Konoha, and Konoha had broken that heart. Now the love that once blossomed in innocence had transformed into hatred burning with battle lust. Would the Uchiha be hated for attempting to overthrow Konoha, or would the future see them as victims of a careless group of elders and a Hokage who was too weak to fulfill his duty? He didn't know, and deep down in his heart he prayed that there would still be a Konoha to remember at all by the time it was over. Hiruzen ceased to be, only ashes remaining where once the elderly shinobi had sat. Sasuke would jump out the window and flee into the village. Eventually, word would reach him that Hiruzen had been assassinated, and the Anbu would begin to hunt for Sasuke. Sasuke would manage to find the two council members who had helped Hiruzen for years and would snuff them as he had the Hokage. There weren't that many elders left from that era to begin with, meaning justice would have to settle for whatever the Reaper had yet to claim. All that was left for Sasuke was Danzo Shimura. Unbeknownst to everyone, Danzo had began to reform the old sect of the Anbu, Root, under Hiruzen's nose, and to that point he would send his agents to defend him. Among these agents was Sai, whose mission it was to kill Sasuke before Sasuke could kill Danzo. This led to a confrontation on the rooftops of Konoha, as Sasuke was confronted by the wily and emotionless shinobi. The ninja art Super Beast Scroll was a powerful tool that Sai had in his possession, and though his beasts weren't overly durable, he could make quite a few of them. He had hoped that he could tire out Sasuke. As Sasuke approached him, he would make a massive falcon of paint and proceed to lift into the air safely away from Sasuke, who would just stare up at him as he was surrounded by beasts. Sai would wonder what this meant. Suddenly, the beasts would attack Sasuke, and Sasuke would smile and disappear in a puff of smoke. "A shadow clone?" Sai questioned as he looked down. "But if that was a shadow clone, then where's the real Sasuke?" "Try looking behind you," a voice would say. As soon as Sai turned, he would feel the sword of Kusanagi dragging across his body as the warmth of escaping blood covered his torso. He'd be kicked from his own falcon and hit the roofs with a loud thud. Naruto and Team 7 would later find him and know that it meant Sasuke was nearby. Danzo waited in the Anbu hideout when suddenly Sasuke would arrive. Sasuke would attempt to kill Danzo, but would be surprised when Danzo revealed his arm embedded with countless Sharingan. Well, countless is an exaggeration, since Sasuke obviously counted them when he measured exactly how much time Danzo's invincibility had left via Izanagi. Of course, this is exactly what Sasuke does here as well. The tight spaces make it hard to fight, but also present plenty of options with which to cover oneself, allowing Sasuke to drag out the battle safely while awaiting Izanagi's completion. Once time was up, Danzo didn't know as he had not been paying attention. Sasuke had though, and with a Chidori blade that was reminiscent of Vegito's spirit sword, he impales Danzo, killing him. Sasuke would stand there victorious. Finally, after so many years, he felt vindication. His life's dream was accomplished, but now it was time to move on to a new goal. He hoped to ensure that this sort of thing never happened ever again. To that end, he had hoped to eradicate all Kage and establish a single world government designed to protect the individual, and retire the archaic shinobi philosophy for a more peaceful solution, but that would further make him an enemy of Konoha, which was sad. But still, it was exactly what would have to happen. He was already an enemy of Konoha. That was what he became the moment he assassinated the Hokage. It's then that he's confronted by Team 7 who try to reason with him, but as they attempt this, Pain enters the village and begins to run amok, attempting to destroy the place unless the Ninetales was brought to him. Putting their quarrel aside, Naruto and Sasuke make it topside where Pain was planning to use the internal power struggle of Konoha to be cover for his attack. And at the time, Naruto does not have Sage Mode. However, Sasuke has both the Mangekyou Sharingan and his Curse Mark of Heaven, which he uses to bolster his powers and abilities. Naruto, still in his version 1 cloak, attempts to help, and together they attack Pain, covering each other's weaknesses and bolstering each other's strengths. Working together, most of these 6 paths are defeated save for the Diva path. Naruto and Sasuke manage to work up a deal. Naruto begins to pull Kurama out to the 8th tail, a partial transformation. He then starts to run amok, but Sasuke casts a genjutsu over him via the Mangekyou Sharingan and brings him under control, and the two begin to pound on the Diva until he falls. Sasuke would then leave the village under cover of the devastation. While he leaves, he finds Nagato and kills him with a Materasu. Now, this is a big deal because the Rinnegan are now destroyed, which puts the Akatsuki's plans on hold. That is until Zetsu can awaken another set, and to that point he begins to manipulate Sasuke, telling him that he can claim more power through taking in some of Naruto's chakra and mixing it with his own. He tells him that this would awaken the Rinnegan, and that with this he can achieve his dreams. However, Sasuke doesn't trust Zetsu as far as he can throw him, so he kills him and decides to take it for himself. He'd search out Naruto in the village and take quite a bit of his chakra when he doesn't expect it. This leaves Naruto exhausted and near death, though Sasuke doesn't push Naruto any further due to the remnants of their friendship. Uniting Naruto's chakra with his own, Sasuke awakens the Rinnegan. Naruto would eventually recover. Naruto had received word earlier that Jiraiya had also been killed at some point before the Hokage, and that he didn't have time to tell him as Sasuke assassinated the Hokage before he could. A new Kage is needed, and so Naruto is sent to recruit Tsunade all by himself. Upon reaching her, he would inform her of what has happened and what is happening, and beg her to return. This would cause her to come back to the village, specifically because the death of Hiruzen and Jiraiya, as well as the threat of the Akatsuki overshadowing them. Elsewhere, as Sasuke is preparing his war against the Kage and the current shinobi system, he's encountered by Tobi, who tries to sway him to return to the Eye of the Moon plan. But when Sasuke refuses, Tobi attacks him. Sasuke attempts to defend himself, but was unaware of the Kamui ability, and is phased through by Tobi, who would use the ability to kill him. Sasuke perishes there, and Tobi takes up the Rinnegan and continues to work towards the infinite Tsukiyomi. Obito would then take up Kabuto's deal to use the Edo Tensei and revive many shinobi from the past. They start collecting tailed beasts like they're clearing the Kanto Pokédex. They would attempt to get the Nine Tails from Naruto, but when that fails spectacularly, Obito decides to merely use the Gold and Silver Brothers and is able to awaken the Ten Tails. He absorbs it. The 5 great nations are not yet ready to cooperate by the time Obito does so, and so he has very little resistance. He would cast the Infinite Tsukiyomi. Now, due to Zetsu having already been killed, Kaguya Otsutsuki can't come back to life, so Obito actually gets everything he wants. Everyone is cast under Genjutsu, including Naruto, whose dream is actually just the Boruto series as it normally goes, because we all wish that series was just the Infinite Tsukiyomi. And that's how I see this going. It's funny how much can change just by giving Naruto one different technique by the end of the first episode. Anyway, tell us in the comments below what you think of the video, and let us know if you have any more ideas you would like to see from us in the future.
Did you enjoy our video? Well, then be sure to check out these other great videos from the Amagi, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.